Hello learners, welcome to lecture 36. In the last session, we focused on child protection and welfare services. Today, we will examine how education serves as a cornerstone of child development and health. Education is more than formal schooling. It equips children with knowledge, life skills, and social competencies that influence both immediate well being and long term health outcomes. By the end of this lecture, we will understand how education reduces risks, promotes equity, and creates pathways for healthier and more productive lives. Education is widely recognized as a fundamental social determinant of health. It shapes a child's growth, influences their health behaviors, and opens doors to opportunities for socio-economic mobility. Children with access to quality education are more likely to be well nourished, less exposed to exploitation, and equipped with the knowledge to make healthier choices. As highlighted in earlier lectures, education is also embedded with child rights frameworks, making it both a moral and legal obligation. The relationship between education and health is cyclical and mutually reinforcing. Educated children and adolescents adopt healthier behaviors such as hand washing, using mosquito nets, or accessing immunization services. Education improves health seeking practices by enhancing awareness of services and entitlements. It also helps break cycles of poverty and ill health, as educated children are better equipped for gainful employment and informed parenting. Schools themselves act as public health platforms. Through water sanitation and hygiene, deworming, menstrual hygiene education, mental health support, and life skills curricula that normalize help seeking. The causality also runs the other way. Better health boosts attendance, concentration, and learning, preventing dropouts. Gender, caste, disability, and rural urban divides mediate these benefits. So, inclusive education and safe school environments are essential to convert access into outcomes. Over the time, educated adolescents become health literate parents who vaccinate on schedule, adopt family planning by choice, and invest in child nutrition, creating intergenerational gains. Finally, integrate education and health system via school-based screening, referral pathways to primary care, and community engagement, and track equity with disaggregated indicators that no group is left behind. Early childhood education, often delivered through preschools or integrated services, lays the foundation for lifelong learning and health. It enhances cognitive, language, and social skills during formative years. Structured early learning reduces developmental delays and prepares children for formal schooling. Additionally, early exposure to health and hygiene practices through such programs instills habits that persist into later life. Primary education imparts basic literacy and numeracy, but its health benefits are equally profound. It equips children with the ability to read health instructions, understand prescriptions, and follow preventive advice. Studies show that even a few years of primary education significantly reduces child mortality by enhancing parents' capacity, especially mothers, to adopt health promoting behaviors. Thus, primary education is a public health intervention in itself. From a sociology lens, primary schooling builds health literacy and self efficacy, enabling families to intercept vaccine schedules, calculate correct medicine doses, and navigate services without defense to gatekeepers. School platforms also deliver habits of cleanliness, like brushing the teeth every day and sanitation practices, deworming nutrition education, and age appropriate sexual education, turning classrooms into preventive health settings. The effect is intergenerational. Educated girls become health literate mothers who seek antenatal care, complete immunization, and invest in child health and nutrition and give birth to healthy babies, breaking the cycles of poverty and ill health. To ensure these gains reach everyone, schools must be safe and inclusive for children who are marginalized and from vulnerable populations, otherwise, access won't translate into outcomes. Finally, formal linkages between schools and local health services consolidate primary education as a true population level public health intervention. Secondary education expands cognitive skills and equips adolescents with decision making abilities that influence health behaviors. Girls who attend secondary schools are less likely to marry early and face early pregnancies, thereby reducing maternal and neonatal mortality. Secondary education also promotes gender equality by empowering girls to make informed choices. This stage of education is critical in consolidating lifelong health benefits. Building on these, secondary schooling delivers life skills and comprehensive sexuality education that improve negotiation, delay of first sex and marriage, and the informed contraceptive uptake, while strengthening mental health literacy. Safe, gender responsive schools, functional toilets, menstrual hygiene management, grievance redressal, and zero tolerance for harassment translate access into real agency and retention. Linkages with health services make prevention and care seamless for issues like anemia, substance use, and reproductive health. Scholarships, transport support, and anti discrimination norms mitigate gender, caste, disability, and rural urban barriers so the benefits of secondary education are equitably realized. Over time, educated adolescent girls become informed parents and community leaders, multiplying gains into maternal and newborn survival, child nutrition, and intergenerational well being. Higher education, while not accessible to all, plays a vital role in shaping adolescent health and development. It broadens understanding of health systems, encourages critical thinking, and provides career opportunities that reduce poverty. Exposure to higher education also strengthens social empowerment, reducing vulnerability to exploitation and enhancing self confidence. Adolescents with higher education are more likely to carry positive health behaviors into adulthood. In practice, campuses function as reproductive health services, offering counseling, peer education, and life skills programs that normalize help seeking and sustain healthy habits. Higher education expands social capital that buffers risk, while anti discrimination norms and safe campus policies reduce gender, caste, and disability based exclusion. Linkages with community clinics and public health projects gives adolescents real-world exposure, building self-efficacy and civic engagement alongside employability. Equity levers like scholarships, hostel access for women, transport stipends, and reasonable accommodation for disability ensure that the health benefits of higher education are not confined to the privileged. Over time, graduates translate these gains into informed parenting, stable incomes, and community leadership, reinforcing intergenerational improvements in health and well being. Girls' education is particularly impactful in maternal and child health. Educated women are more likely to delay marriage, access antenatal care, practice family planning, and seek institutional delivery. They provide better nutrition and care to their children, improving survival rates. Studies consistently show that each additional year of a mother's education reduces child mortality. Educating girls is therefore among the most effective public health strategies. Education improves nutrition. through both knowledge and direct interventions. Children learn about dietary needs and healthy habits, while school meal programs provide nutritional support. Education empowers families, particularly mothers, to adopt better feeding practices. As seen in earlier discussions on malnutrition, informed decision making is as critical as food availability in preventing undernutrition and obesity. Education directly influences hygiene practices, teaching children the importance of hand washing, sanitation, and safe water use. These behaviors reduce risks of diarrhea, helminthic infections, and respiratory illnesses, which we explored in earlier lectures. Schools often serve as demonstration sites where hygiene practices are reinforced daily. Over time, children carry these practices into their families and communities, amplifying impact. Schools serve as vital platforms for delivering health services. They host health checkups, immunization campaigns, and deworming drives. Nutrition and health education is integrated into curricula, equipping children with practical knowledge. School health programs thus bridge education and health systems, ensuring holistic development and early identification of problems. They also foster an environment where health becomes a shared responsibility. Schools are powerful social institutions where norms about hygiene, nutrition, mental well being, and help seeking are learned collectively through peers and trusted adults. Operationally, child friendly screening, age appropriate counseling, and clear referral counter pathways to primary care and adolescent friendly clinics ensure that problems detected on campus translate into timely care. Gender responsive infrastructures like safe toilets, menstrual hygiene support, grievance redressal, and reasonable accommodation for disability convert access into equitable outcomes. Health clubs and student leaders can co create campaigns on hand washing, vector control, and substance use prevention, while parent teacher meetings align home practices with school messages. Finally, simple dashboards that track deworming coverage, immunization follow up, absenteeism spikes, and counseling referrals, disaggregated by gender, caste, disability, and location, turn schools into accountable, data driven health ecosystems. Education contributes significantly to mental health by building coping skills, resilience, and self esteem. Schools provide support networks through peers, teachers, reducing isolation. Awareness about mental health reduces stigma, encouraging children to seek help. Programs like life skills education address stress, anxiety, and substance use. Education therefore plays both preventive and supportive role in child and adolescent mental health. Despite its importance, access to education is hindered by multiple barriers. Poverty pushes children into labor, while gender inequities often keep girls at home. Conflict and displacement disrupts schooling for millions globally. These barriers not only deny education but also expose children to risks of exploitation and poor health. Addressing these barriers is thus central to promoting both education and health equity. Inclusive education ensures that children with disabilities access the same opportunities as their peers. This requires removing physical barriers like inaccessible classrooms as well as social barriers like stigma. Inclusive schools foster participation, build self esteem, and reduce risks of neglect or exclusion. Education in such settings strengthens both development and health by promoting equality and dignity for all children. Teachers play an essential role in linking education with health. They can identify signs of malnutrition, illness, or abuse early and refer children to services. Teachers also provide guidance and counseling, particularly for adolescents navigating health risks. By reinforcing hygiene, nutrition, and positive habits daily, teachers become powerful health promoters. Their role extends beyond academics to holistic child well being. School health programs deliver preventive and promotive services, ranging from deworming to dental checkups. Integrating health topics into curricula ensures children learn about nutrition, reproductive health, and substance use. These programs build habits that last a lifetime, influencing future parenting and community leadership. They reflect the principles that schools are not just centers of learning but also hubs of health promotion. Education is very critical for adolescent health. It provides awareness of reproductive health, preventing unsafe practices and early pregnancies. Education reduces risks of substance use by fostering informed decision making. Life skills education equips adolescents with tools to handle peer pressure, relationships, and stress. Without education, adolescents are left vulnerable to misinformation, exploitation, and preventable health risks. Parents are central to education health nexus. Their support for regular schooling ensures consistent exposure to knowledge. Reinforcing lessons at home about nutrition, hygiene, or discipline deepens impact. Strong partnerships between parents and teachers create a supportive environment where children thrive. Empowering parents through awareness programs strengthens the overall benefits of education for health. Communities influence education by encouraging enrollment and attendance, particularly for girls and marginalized children. Community involvement in school management strengthens accountability. By monitoring child safety and upholding rights, communities ensure that schools remain safe spaces. Collective accountability fosters environments where education and health are seen as shared responsibilities benefiting children holistically. Digital platforms expand access to education and health information. Online tools deliver lessons on nutrition, hygiene, and reproductive health, reaching children even in remote areas. Technology also reduces inequalities by bringing resources to underserved populations. However, the digital divide must be addressed to ensure equitable benefits. When harnessed effectively, digital education can be a powerful tool for promoting health literacy. In emergencies such as conflicts, disasters, or displacement, education provides stability and safety. Schools become safe spaces that shield children from exploitation. Continuity of learning preserves normalcy and provides psychosocial support to children affected by trauma. Education in emergencies is therefore not about academics, but about protecting lives, dignity, and hope. Policies provide the foundation for linking education and health. The Right to Education Act ensures universal access, while the National Education Policy emphasizes holistic development. Programs like the School Health Program integrate health services into schools. These frameworks institutionalize the role of education in promoting health, ensuring that benefits are systemically delivered to all children. Education is also a powerful equalizer, reducing gender and social disparities. By providing equal opportunities to girls, marginalized groups, and children with disabilities, education promotes inclusive growth. Access to education enhances social justice by addressing social inequalities. The ripple effect extends to health as equitable education fosters equitable health outcomes across the society. Globally, initiatives like UNESCO's Education for All and the Sustainable Development Goals emphasize education as a driver of health and development. Countries that invest heavily in education consistently show better child health outcomes. Better practices worldwide highlight the importance of integrating school health programs, promoting gender parity, and investing in early childhood education. These global perspectives provide valuable lessons for national systems. Education is a fundamental right that must be upheld for every child. Ethical considerations include ensuring access, protecting dignity, and respecting the voices of children and decisions about their education. Schools must balance discipline with autonomy, creating environments that are nurturing rather than punitive. Upholding ethics in education strengthens its role as a foundation for health and development. Despite progress, challenges persist in linking education with health. High dropout rates and absenteeism, especially among girls, undermines benefits. Poor quality of schooling leaves many children unable to translate learning into practice. Limited integration of health services into schools reduces opportunities for preventive care. Overcoming these challenges requires investment, innovation, and stronger cross sectorial collaboration. Tackling of structure barriers like gender norms, caste and disability exclusion, safety concerns, and poverty must go hand in hand with school level fixes. Practical levers include scholarships and transport stipends for girls, menstrual hygiene management and safe toilets, remedial teaching tied to health literacy, and school clinic referral pathways with feedback loops. District dashboards that track absenteeism spikes, anemia screening, deworming coverage, and follow ups can guide rapid response. Partnerships with community leaders, parent teacher associations, and adolescent peer clubs enable norm change and co design of solutions. Finally, integrating adolescent friendly health services into school timetables makes prevention routine, turning access into equitable outcomes. The future of education and health lies in strengthening school health systems, ensuring comprehensive and integrated services. Expanding digital education can widen access to health literacy. Lifelong learning approaches ensure that health education does not stop at childhood but continues into adolescence and adulthood. Further strategies must embrace flexibility, inclusivity, and innovation to sustain impact. To summarize, education drives child development and health by shaping behaviors, empowering families, and breaking cycles of poverty. Schools act as platforms for preventive and promotive health interventions. However, equity and equality remain central to ensuring that education benefits all children equally. Recognizing education as both a right and determinant of health is essential for progress. In conclusion, education and health are inseparable pillars of child development. Education not only imparts knowledge but also protects health, fosters resilience, and empowers children for the future. By investing in education, societies invest in healthier, more equitable, and more protective generations. As professionals and policymakers, integrating education into child health strategies should remain a central goal. As we close, I advise you to reflect on the statement that every child educated is a child empowered for health and life. Education is not merely a path to employment, it is a safeguard against illness, a tool for equity, and a promise of opportunity. When children are educated, they are better prepared to protect their own health, support their families, and contribute to their communities. Education, therefore, is a most sustainable form of health promotion. Thank you all for listening so attentively today. Now, in the next lecture, lecture number 37, we will deal with disability and inclusive healthcare for children.